set them again here. I am wanting to show you guys a really cool deck that I have been excited to show you guys the last few days. This is in the expanded format. This is my first expanded video. My other two videos were standard and legacy. This video is the Sableye lock/mill deck. How it works is you get the Sableye from Guardians Rising, and then you build around that. So the whole deck builds around Sableye with the attack limitation. Limitation, and I'll show you guys here in a second. Limitation is, like I said, from Guardians Rising. It prevents the opponent from doing supporter cards. So let's get into how this deck is shown and works. I have Ditto to support in Vulpix, Magnemite, Machops, Evolutions, but the main and only attacker is Sableye. Your opponent cannot play any supporter cards from their hand during their next turn. So when that happens, you combine that with Magnezone's support of playing 2 supporter cards, and then you slowly mill them out of their own deck using Clara to loop back Sableye's and energies, since it can get back 2 Pokemon from the discard and 2 basic energies. And then you use the second supporter as Team Rocket's handiwork to flip 2 coins for each heads, discard 2 cards from the top of the opponent's deck. That slowly mills them out. So every other turn you're going to use Lusamine to get back Clara, to get back your Sableyes and energies, and then Lusamine to get back Team Rocket's handiwork to slowly mill them out of the deck. This is a long, grindy deck. A lot of people might scoop up once they see how this lock works, but you know, for the people who try and play through it, you really just have to mill them out of their deck. And the main supports that this deck has is Machoke. You cannot get any damage or counters put on your bench Pokemon through Machoke, which is fantastic. And then the reason why Sableye, you can just keep repeating Sableye's attack and not having people take prize cards on you, is because you have a dark energy attached to Sableye. We have the Black Market Prism Star card. When a dark Pokemon that has any dark energy attached to it is knocked out, that player takes 1 fewer prize card. So since Sableye is a single prize Pokemon, they continue over and over and over again not to take any prize cards. Now we have to make sure that Black Market, it doesn't get bumped, because then you just end up losing the game. So that is where Ninetales comes in. Each player cannot play any stadium cards from his or her hand. So you play Black Market, you immediately play Ninetales to lock it in place, and then you make sure that you have at least 2 Sableyes in play. 1 for limitation, and then 1 on the bench. So the only guest card that will work will be Escape Rope, because using supporters like Box, Guzma, anything like that, and won't be able to use Great Catch because you will always be behind price cards. So that's literally, yeah, that's literally CompuSearch, Evolution, Timer Balls, pieces of your lock scenario. Clara's to help get back stuff, Lusamine to help get back things, Versus Seeker to help get back any support, Rosa to help set up, and teammates to help set up just everything you're set up, or to help with the lock. So yeah, let's see how this works for you guys, and hopefully we can give you guys a good example of how this deck is played. I am really excited to show off this deck and show you how it might work out for you. So let's see, we're playing against Dominus Adder. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it, Dominus Adder. And I prefer to go first just to help with evolutions, but going second, it literally doesn't matter going first or second. Like, This deck is a slow, so it really doesn't matter. What I can say though is the nice thing about this deck is that they can take 4 or 5 prize cards while you're setting up, and as long as you're locked in place by that 4th or 5th prize card, it doesn't matter. Like you, this lock is fantastic because there's nothing that they can do once it's locked. So let's see what they got. Okay, so we have a very, very slow setup for Magnezone. But we have all of our luck pieces, 2 Sableyes, we have Magnezone, we have Ninetales, just no draw support. So this says watch and learn. If your opponent's is that is this interesting. So I also won't be able to use any supporters. Let's see what they got. That is an interesting attack. I wonder, that is interesting. That can do us some harm here. Okay, so let's put Magnezone in there. They didn't use its attack though. And if I use Scratch, then their Sudowoodo is going to attack me for 60. So I definitely don't want to use Scratch. Interesting. I've never played against the Sudowoodo. We will see how it works out for our strategy. Yep, I'm unable to use Ball Guy here. Yeah, interesting, okay. Well, let's put in Magnezone. I don't really even need to use Ball Guy, let's Limitation again. This is what I mean, the slow grind. They're not benching anything else. Alright, that's it. Let's just Limitation them back. Alright, they got the Urshifu, so we for sure need Machoke here. Alright. We're not weak to anything. If they retreat, they'll hit me for 50, which won't knock me out. But yeah, we for sure need... Alright. You know what? Let's have them at it. Let's give them a turn where they can use supporters. I want to get Machoke in play, so I will use Ball Guy next turn. I want them to keep using cards out of their deck, but they haven't milled themselves out of many cards yet, so yeah, come on, bust through your deck. I want you to use, 10, 20 more cards, and then it's easier for me. Yep, 50, that's fine. Yep, your switch, okay, that's fine. Okay, well, let's grab the ball. We'll put down... Oof, so we don't have Machop, so that's fine. We will put down... We will grab the guy, so that we can get Timer Ball, and sure, let's grab some of these, that's fine. And Limitation. Okay. So they are for sure gonna... Oh, hopefully they don't knock out my Ditto, because we'll need Gladion if that's the case for the other Machop. Oh, okay, that is fine. You can do that. Hopefully come on, one heads at least. One. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. Well, nothing else we can do. Nothing else we can do. If they hit me for 2 Pokemon, that's all I can do. Yeah, they have more cards than us, just barely. This Sudowoodo is gonna get in our way, which is fine. It doesn't do any damage to us, so I don't care. Because as soon as they knock out with the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, they'll knock out 2 of my cards, and depending on what it is, I can use teammates to repair whatever damage to the loop that they need. I just for sure need my my Machoke in play. So if I could top deck that, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'll have to try and grab it with teammates, and hopefully they don't knock it out with Ditto. The Magnezone isn't needed too much right now because they keep blocking my... oh, there it is. Fantastic. Alright, and missed out on a double KO. So, that's fine. Alright, let's keep it going. Limitation. Looks like they're going after the slow build as well. So the really only other piece of the puzzle we need is the black market, and then we evolve Ninetales right away after that, and then we're good to go. We can do Team Rocket's handiwork. A couple of times. Sure, grab a supporter in your hand. I really don't mind. Sure, Cynthia's fine. This Sudowoodo, man, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out in the late game. Because they're not going to be able to do too much unless they get the Machoke out of the way. But the real target they'll probably want to get rid of is the Ninetales and the Magnezone. If I let them have a supporter in one of the turns. Oh, okay, they just retreat. Okay, they're just going for it. Okay, fine. Special charge, that's fine. They're just going for it. Okay, so we can teammate for the final pieces of the puzzle. They waited way too long. So yeah, there's one. That's fine. Oof. They wasted all... Oh, they didn't know what Machoke did, I guess. But they just wasted all their energy. Okay. That's fine. That's more than fine, actually. That's fantastic. So what we're going to do is we are going to teammates. Because what we're going to do for teammates is I want the black market and I want a second energy. That way if they use, like, if for some reason they have a skip rope or something, we can just give them the other Sableye and it won't matter. Okay, so that's fine. Black market is now locked. And you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and just start it. Heads and heads, boom, 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 boom. That's 4, and the lock is now in place. So no supporters. They can't bump the stadium. They're not going to get any more prize cards with black market. with Magnezone, I can use teammates to grab Lusamine to start looping Clara's and that Team Rocket's handiwork back in business. They can't gust up Machoke, just literally nothing. They can't do anything. They won't get a prize card for that. That is fine. Oh, there's the Lusamine right there. Okay, so we'll Clara for both. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. There we go. Put both of these guys back on the bench. Attach. And let's Lusamine back for... Yeah, let's just make sure we have both our tools back in our hand. Clara and Team Rocket's handiwork, so we're not going to be able to play a third supporter. That's fine. Next turn, we have Sableye, we have a third energy. We will do Team Rocket's handiwork and then teammates for the second Lusamine in the deck, because that's the only piece we'll need. We'll need 2 Lusamines to grab 1 Lusamine and 1 other thing, and we just keep going. So let's see. Okay, so they didn't even knock us out. So we'll just do that third energy and Team Rocket's handiwork. That's fine. So unfortunately we didn't hit anything. That's fine. We'll play limitation again. And this is how it's going to go. There are only 3 cards ahead of us in deck, and we have our Cynthia to put back stuff in our deck. So they're not gonna do anything. So Sableye. Let's do it. Okay, so we need another Sableye in the discard before we need Clara. So we'll go teammates for Lusamine and the other Team Rocket's handiwork. And then our second support is, I think there's a fourth Sableye in there. Okay. And Team Rocket's handiwork. Okay, so nothing there as well, that's fine. Sometimes that happens, sometimes you'll hit both heads, so we're now 6 cards behind, but that's enough. We have everything in our hand. So we are now fully set up. We have Lusamine to grab back the other Clara, one of the team or the Team Rocket's handiwork, but we always want to loop back a second Lusamine, because that's what's going to help us out every turn. Just Lusamine and Team Rocket, or Lusamine, Clara. So let's see. So we have Lusamine. We'll grab back this Lusamine, and since we have Clara in our hand, we will grab back Team Rocket's handiwork. And then we'll Clara back for both. So 2 Sableyes and 2 energies. And you can just see how huge our hand is going to get. So we're not going to do anything this turn. Next turn, so that's what it's going to do. Every other turn, we get to use Team Rocket's handiwork. So, oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, thrust doesn't do anything. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to do Lusamine for the other Lusamine and for the other Team Rocket's handiwork. Because maybe one of these times that they don't knock us out is we just loop Team Rocket's handiwork in the same turn. Alright, there's 2 more cards. And make sure we put the energy down and limitation. And there's nothing I can do. If they're smart, the only thing that they will potentially do is retreat back into their pseudo and kind of stall us out of playing our supporters that way. It doesn't look like they are recognizing that just yet. Okay, so handiwork. Let's get some heads. Yep. Okay, it's 1 more heads. And Lusamine back for. Let's go Lusamine and Clara, because next turn we will need to loop back the Sableyes. So they're only 2 cards ahead of us. So this is slow mill, slow mill, slow mill, slow mill. Okay, Seeker, that doesn't do much because you can't play supporters. Okay. And then back for Lusamine and Team Rocket. And then we will use the Team Rocket's handiwork. 1 and 2, boom. Awesome. See, now we are in the lead for prizes, and that's all we need. Once the box sets up, there's literally nothing you can do, because the only gift card they have is for the Sableye, or is the escape rope, and we'll just give them the other Sableye. That's all we need. So we call our back for both Sableyes, both energies. Put one of the Sableyes down, put one of the energies down, and then we'll Lusamine back for Lusamine, Team Rocket's handiwork. And then next turn we get to use it. I wonder how many energy they wasted. They're down 10 energy, so they probably don't have much more energy in their deck to even use Duodo again. So that hard retreat probably cost them a whole bunch. Team Rocket's handiwork. Awesome. There we go. And Lusamine to get back Lusamine and Team Rocket's handiwork. And then we lock them again. 5 or 6 cards up from them, so no matter what, they didn't use too many cards to get themselves out, but we used even less, and they just, I guess they didn't know what we were going to play, and we just kind of suckered them into stuff. But anyways, so let's see, we want Lusamine to get back Clara and Lusamine. And then we will use, oh, don't want to forget the energy attachment. Team Rocket's handiwork. 1, that's 2 more cards. And we lock them again. And this is how it works, guys. Just black market keeps them from taking prize cards. Now, the only thing they could do is, like, if they play, you know, like Crushing Hammer or something, they'll take 1 or 2 prize cards and stuff, but like it's not gonna be 5 prize cards worth of prize. So there we go, and there we go. Lusamine and Team Rocket. Team Rocket's handiwork. 1. All right, we are just about to the end, guys. Just probably another attack for KO, but honestly, this is probably going to be their last turn as long as we flip heads on one of them. So let's just put Sableye back in, and let's just go for the gusto. Let's get Team Rocket and Lusamine. Alright, instead of Clara, let's go for the win. 1 and 2, yep, there we go, well played, and we lock him again. And there we go. So hopefully you guys liked how that lock deck works. Honestly, it's just with a couple of coin flips, that's all you need. So you lock them, you prevent them from gusting, from doing anything, from bumping your stadium, and you get the win. You guys have